What's the worst part of depression? It comes out of nowhere and for no logical reason. People who have never suffered cannot understand that. They see that if you have a great life, there is no reason to be depressed. Making your body feel not depressed, it only worsens. Not remembering what being genuinely happy feels like. Just dragging yourself through life day after day. When you are catatonic and you just sit and stare, you ignore going to the bathroom, eating, bathing, everything. You just sit there. How do you get better if you can't even get up to go to the bathroom? Probably being depressed, man shrugging. Doing work gives me anxiety, urge to cry for no reason. Sometimes there are days that I can't get out of bed. That no one really understands. Been married to my husband for 10 years, he's who I turn to about everything, but when it comes to my depression, he literally cannot comprehend what I'm going through. I feel so alone half the time that I sink really low sometimes, and it's a sad ironic struggle to climb out of. I also feel weird about it all, like, I'm sad I can't turn to him for help. But at the same time I hope he never understands how it feels because you have to experience it to really understand, and I would never wish that on him. Emptiness. Self-hate. The physical damage it does to your body and brain. Is there a best part? Allow yourself that you know you have it and having to work on it. I call it emancipation. Asking for help and no one listens. The days all blending together, time passing by impossibly fast yet slow at the same time. You never realize how long you were in a depressive episode until you look back and have no meaningful memory of the past few months. The realization of how quickly your life is passing by pushes you deeper into a spiral of self-loathing and depression. I'm too tired to finish this sentence. How unpredictable it can be. You know never when it can hit, and how hard it will hit. It makes planning for the future very hard, as you just don't know what mental state you're going to be in when the event you've planned for finally comes. Not being able to enjoy anything, even comfort foods, your favorite music, video games, etc. Just no desire to do anything or feel anything. Beating yourself up because you can't do nothing. Hating yourself because you're in this mental state of mind where everything doesn't matter. Not minding the clutter around you and the mess you're living in because it is a reflection of what is in your head. Not being in control is the worst for me. For me, it was insomnia. On top of feeling depressed, not sleeping really didn't help. I almost made some unwise/unsafe decisions because I could not sleep. Even with the strongest pills, nothing would put me to sleep. This was for months until I got on antidepressants and finally leveled out. I'm lucky I made it through that. I thank my kitties because I might not have made it out otherwise. For years not knowing I was depressed and their medical options, instead thinking I was broken. Then you get out of depression, but get judged hard about that. It makes it feel like it's not over, even when you're not depressed anymore. It would have been easier to recover from it if I had had a support system. I get no pleasure from anything other than just laying in bed. When they're feeling pretty good for a while and then all of a sudden, wham, disassociated and separate from the world, the am I really even here feeling. It's fucking the worst. The sense of being disconnected from reality. You know how speech sounds underwater, distorted and distant? Imagine that, but for everything you experience all of the time, every single day. Not having a cure. The feeling like there's no way out and there's nothing positive you can find in your life. The comparative history of recollection. I should have done this or I fucked that up seems to be the brain's constant dialogue. It's really shitty when you know you logically haven't fucked things up, or you did things right, but your brain is rolling through a 5-minute awkward interaction. The only thing that has helped for me is doing the same habits every day like some goddamn monk. The second worst part is knowing that if I keep up the routine, the meds, the therapy, the I'm okay, don't worry about me vibe, depression is still gonna be there. All the time. Bull-headed hope for a better yet unimaginable future goes a long ways too. Not knowing whether it's depression or just an off week/month/year so you don't seek help. That people misunderstand being upset with being a selfish asshole. Or misunderstand that sometimes a depressed person cannot feel what you feel. Assumptions tend to make you an asshole when it comes to real people. All of it. The hair knots. I'm getting over COVID and depressed, and my hair has so many knots, and I miss telling my 8-year-old to brush hers, so today I spent time with Detangler getting all the knots out of hers and braiding it, and brushed mine and it's back in a bun. I plan to have my husband go through it more after I wash it tonight. Finding the motivation to get better. I know things will get better, I know I will eventually be in a better situation. It's just so far away, and it just kind of kills my hope. The vicious cycles that can be really hard, and feel impossible, to break out of. Was coming here to say the same thing. Things like washing the dishes seem so difficult. I started cleaning out our spare room and got so overwhelmed that I turtled up under a blanket and watched movies for the rest of the day. But felt like such a pos because of it. Finding comfort in it and liking it to the point of don't wanting to go out of it. I just found out I have bipolar 2. So imagine years of trying different meds and losing it because nothing feels right. Once I'm out of quarantine, I am getting my mood stabilizer. I feel depressed for weeks and then I hit mania. It's not crazy, it's just a happy feeling of normal before the depression comes back. No guilt. It's just part of every damn thing. I can be full of the best joy ever, yet still be depressed. Depression is not a feeling, it's not sadness. It's a way of life. The way that you convince yourself that you deserve to feel this way, that no matter what people say or do there is this overwhelming sense of helplessness that you must resign yourself to at that point. The active spiraling you can't stop. After reading everyone's response, I found out I depression, yet I don't feel anything. Guess I so used to it that I don't know what it's like to be not depressed. Does that make sense? No? Okay. When people don't realize you have depression and just think you're lazy for not being able to find the motivation to do things like cleaning the house / yourself, which just further adds to the depression. Or people making fun of you or condescending comments you receive when you say you're going to try to clean or go to the gym, etc. Edit. Also the constant thought of wanting to die, but the anxiety that then comes from the thought of death and what comes next. Lamau. Believing it won't get better. Not understanding it. https://www.youtube.com/watch. V equals no agpltxfc https://www.youtube.com/watch. V equals no agpltxfc. Trying to convince others that it's not about them and they're not to blame. Did you ever feel nothing? That's it. That's the worst part. You feel nothing to the point that your whole life, the life of your loved ones and their feelings become nothing to you. When they point out these things about you, like why do you look so bored, or why is your grades declining, or why aren't you coming out of your room, why are you ignoring me? Death and why does it even matter keeps circling inside your head. Your friends reach out to you and you ignore them or blow them off saying you're busy just to be sitting on your bed doing nothing. Why did this start? I had no idea. It doesn't let you go. Firstly, you feel a lot. You're too sensitive, and then suddenly nothing even matters anymore. Just emptiness. This is my own personal experience. I did this to my family and friends. I tried to take my life twice. First time I failed, and the second time I got caught by my father. He took me to a therapist and I'm so thankful that I'm doing better now. Depression is no joke. Most people will experience it differently, and all of what you're going through isn't the end. Keep fighting. Don't listen to why does it even matter. It does matter. You do too. How permanent it feels. I'd say the lack of motivation to brush your teeth. Even with antidepressants I still barely have the energy. And after having COVID 4 times, my teeth and gums are fucked. It really messes you up. The random low feelings that come out of nowhere. The feeling of not wanting to live anymore and feeling stuck in this life. Death sounds so peaceful, but you can't commit to that because of your anxiety over going through with it. What will happen to my kids? Stuff like that. So you just struggle through every day and hope that you just won't wake up tomorrow, but every morning, you do, and it starts all over again. Knowing that in order to get better, you need energy to make positive steps. But, having no energy to spare, it fucks your memory. The person who's contributing to it not realizing how sad I am all the time. The dementors? She's probably friends with mine. The loneliness. The worst thing is no longer finding joy in the things you love. Sleeping just to speed the time up until tomorrow. The most effective natural medicine, microdosing, is illegal in most places. Being depressed. It's when you have absolutely no reason to not do something, but for you some reason you just can't. How it can creep up on you is a bit of a cunt. Sometimes we're quick to jump to our guess I'm depressed. But other times years can go by before someone realizes, fuck, this ain't normal.